Friday, January 29th. Welcome to this week's edition of the Launchpad. To get us started this week, we're over to Ashland for current events. Thanks, Cheyenne. Parent-teacher conferences will be on the 11th and 12th of February, so there'll be no school on February 12th. Showboat will not be performed in person this year, but will be shown on March 13th from 6 to 9 p.m. More details to come once we figure that out. Now over to Abby for some sports.
Over the time not being in school, sports continued, leaving girls to advance 13-1, which made the girls number 3 in the state for Division IV, as well as breaking a school record for hitting 15 threes made in a 73-31 win over FCA. And even with quarantine limitations, the boys are 5-4, and now on to weather with Joe.
Friday will be partly sunny with a high of 30 and a low of 16. Saturday will be cloudy with a high of 36 and a low of 28. Sunday will have an 80% chance of snow with a high of 37 and a low of 30. Monday will have a 60% chance of snow with a high of 34 and a low of 25. So, make sure you get all your school stuff because we might not be here on Monday. Now on to Mary with Psychology Facts.
Thanks, Joe. Hi, and welcome to Psychology Facts with Mary. For the first fact, your unconscious mind works faster than your conscious mind, which is why sometimes people get bad feelings without explanation. The next fact, when you make food yourself, the process of making it makes you less excited, which is why food tastes better when other people make it for you. And the last fact, music you hear when you're 22 or younger is a lot more prominent in your life because your brain is still developing. So basically, music after that is lame. Thanks for listening, and now on to a mask update.
Wear your mask! Not like this or this. Like this. See? No nose. We want to stay in school, so you should probably wear your mask.
Thanks, Joseph. And this week's birthdays. Happy birthday to Landon Harshbarger, Olivia Cooper, Bradley Hartman, Andrew Cooper Reiner, and Garrett Hunt. And now on to Addie with inauguration news.
This past Wednesday, January 20th, the 46th President of the United States was sworn into office. Joe Biden's inauguration was unlike any of his predecessors. The large crowds were replaced by law enforcement officers and 7-foot barbed wire fences, and those who were cleared to attend the ceremony were wearing masks. This inauguration ceremony is just one of the historical events that have taken place this year. The coronavirus pandemic and fears of civil unrest caused anxiety for many people as the normally social event approached. To the relief of all Americans, the inauguration went as planned with no disruptions. Former President Donald Trump was not in attendance as he left for his Florida home earlier that day. He is the 4th president in history to forego the ceremony. He joins President John Adams, John Quincy Adams, and Andrew Jackson in avoiding the inauguration of their successors. Kamala Harris was the first woman and the first woman of color to be sworn in as the Vice President of the United States. Mike Pence was in attendance. Among all the other performances and speeches given yesterday, poet Amanda Gorman stands out. She ended her poem with the words, "For there is always light, if only we are brave enough to see it, if only we are brave enough to be it." Let us be the generation that always seeks the light these next 4 years. And now on to Hannah.
Thanks, Addie. Now I'll be interviewing seniors to see what their favorite memory from this awesome senior year is. I'll start. Mine is skipping every single class on online.
My favorite senior memory is getting bangs.
My favorite memory of senior year so far is getting ran off the road with Rachel.
My favorite memory from senior year was Zoom calling with my friends during the 2-hour lunch break.
Most, if not all of you guys have TikTok. And if you're stupid, then you probably haven't seen it. But there's a big trend where you send out a Google form to everyone in your friend group and they choose like who's the prettiest and stuff. So I decided to do it for the Launchpad. The first question I asked was, who do you enjoy seeing the most? Cheyenne Pennyfrock won with 7 votes. Next question was, who has the funniest segments? I won. Most likely to fart on camera, I also won. Who would you like to see more of is Joe with 8 or 6 votes. It's 8. Who looks like they just rolled out of bed? I also won. Who's the most awkward? Joe won that one with 14 votes. Your favorite duo was a tie between my dad and I and my dad and Snively. Most likely to cause drama with their segment is me with a whopping 25 votes out of 35. Who do you ship the most? Joe and Joe. Most likely to give Mrs. Sadio a heart attack. I also won. Most likely to faint on camera was Joe with 13 votes.
Hi, all my fellow seniors. Be sure to fill out that survey in your email. And don't put sunflower as the flower or maroon and gold as the color. That's really basic. Be creative.
Thanks for watching this week's edition of the Launchpad. We'll see you next week.